telling us to enjoy it while they're young. But our days are filled with chaos and stress and cooking and endless laundry piles. Where's the time to enjoy anything? Yeah, that's what I always thought too. There's so much I have to do. When do I find time for peace and joy and happiness when I barely have time to sleep? Mama, it's time for a shift. You can be a happy mom. Yeah, it's possible. If I can, you can. Trust me. I've been a mess. I've been depressed. I've been overwhelmed. I've been to the bottom of the pits. And I've risen. I've grown. I've bloomed. And it all started when I realized I didn't have to anything. I get to. It is my privilege and my honor and my divine responsibility to be the queen of my home. It's not a burden. I'm not the janitor and the lunch lady. I'm in charge. I'm the ruler. I'm the chaos coordinator. I'm the calm in the storm. I don't have to anything. I get to. And so do you. So let's rise, mamas. Adjust your crown. Accept your responsibility. And change the effing world. It's all in the way you choose to see it. You're listening to I Get To, the podcast with Brittany Clarkson. That's me. Hi, my friends. Today we're talking about your words, affirmations. I realized I haven't done an episode specifically on creating affirmations and feeling good about your affirmations. I know I've mentioned them, I talk about them all the time, but I haven't really focused on them. And here's the thing, when I was first introduced to affirmations, I rolled my eyes at it. I was like, no way, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. And then I found myself doing it, but I did it my way. And it was later that I realized, oh, I am using affirmations. That is how I overcame my depression. Interesting. So if you've listened to episode 6 of this podcast, you know what I mean about the day in the woods when I wanted to end it all. And I just focused in and pinpointed on the negative belief. And I flipped it and was like, no, that's wrong. We're flipping that. I'm going to believe this about myself. I have everything I need to overcome this. That was an affirmation. And I told it to myself again and again and again. So today I want to chat about how important your words are. They really are. The way you talk to yourself matters. The way you describe the things in your life matter, because this is the filter that is how you're viewing the world. Okay? This has so much to do with your mindset, your mentality, whether or not you're going to be a happy person or a sad person. Okay, whether you're a pessimist or an optimist, this all depends on the filters that you perceive your world through, your everyday. This is what I mean by the changes need to happen inside you instead of outside. Change the way you see your environment when you cannot change your actual environment. All right, because the words are important. The way you describe it is important. Your words have the power to bring forth life or death. I'm pretty sure that's in the Bible somewhere. I don't really know, though. I feel like Jesus said that, but I don't know. What I do know is that what you focus on grows, and where you look, you will find. Okay? They say what you water grows. So you can either water your self-doubt, or you can water your self-love, or your self-esteem or whatever. What you focus on is what's going to grow. Because when you look for something, you will find it. When you're looking for things that suck about you, you're going to find things that suck about you. But if you train your mind to look for things that are awesome, you're going to find things that are awesome, whether it's about you or about your house or about your husband or about your kids or about your job or just about your trip to the supermarket. If you're looking for things to go wrong, things that suck, that's what you're going to find. And if you're looking for the positive, you're looking for what went well today. You're looking for what, in what ways am I currently living my dream life? You're going to find it. Because you got to be happy where you are, and you're not going to be happy where you are if you're not looking for the good. That's gratitude. That's optimism. It's so many things. Actively be looking for good things everywhere, and you will find more. Law of attraction says if you are looking, what you look for is what you're going to find. It says you're going to magnetize to yourself whatever you are energetically aligned with. So if you're constantly looking for good things, you're constantly going to find them. That's how it works. Your mind is a magnet, right? I also want to note that you are energetically responsible for your home. As the woman of the house, I assume that's who's listening to me right now. I know that's who's listening. You're responsible for all the energy that comes into the house. You're the gatekeeper for that. You get to decide the tone of your home. I've mentioned this several times recently because I'm just super excited about it. And, you are the one in charge of this. So if you're going to walk around in a bad attitude, that's going to spread to everybody else. And if you're going to walk around bubbly and excited and just like on fire to be alive, and you're going to come into a room and instead of tearing everyone in that room apart because that room's a mess, you look for one good thing in that room and that's what you choose to comment on, that's going to shift the energy in your home. If you're walking in a room every time you come in the room and you're saying, so when are we going to pick up the socks you left on the living room floor? Every time you walk in a room, you're going to say, why are your feet on the coffee table? Every time you walk in a room, you're going to tear somebody apart for something that's wrong in the room or wrong in a room you just came from or whatever. So when are you going to take out the trash? If every time you walk in a room and you're constantly shifting the energy to this negative, naggy, bit, that's what the whole home is going to feel. And you're probably going to be met with snarky comments or irritation that, I can't believe you're asking me this again. I can't believe you're always nagging me. You're going to be met with that kind of an attitude instead of walking in and just saying something positive. And, just kind of not even worrying about what's not done perfectly right now. But you just walk in and you just say how happy you are to see the people in that room. Remind them that you love them eternally and always and unconditionally. Walk in and ask if anyone wants a snack. Like, whatever. Just walk in the room and say something positive or feel positive, If you just energetically put out positive feelings, that's better than walking in and saying something negative, saying something passive aggressive. Because that energy is going to spread to those around you. And you know what? If everyone around you feels happier all the time, they're more likely to go ahead and follow through on your requests the first time you ask so that you don't even have to nag. If they're feeling connected and loved, they're more likely to do something to go out of their way to help you around the house. It might take time for them to mentally make those connections kind of thing, but seriously, it's gonna change the vibe. You are the vibe. You're the mom. You are the vibe. All right. Also, why your words are important, the things you think about yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in your future, if you don't believe in your dreams, if you don't believe that you're going to live a good life, then it honestly doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If you don't believe in yourself, it doesn't matter if anyone else believes in you. I've always heard that if you don't believe in yourself, then no one else will. But it doesn't matter if anyone else believes in you. If you don't believe in yourself, that's it. You're done. Good things are not coming your way if you don't believe they are. If you're just going to go looking for negative things to happen to you, bad things to happen to you, that's all you're ever going to see. And it doesn't matter what good thing happens. You're going to find something negative and bad about it. You're going to win $1.2 billion on the lottery. And instantly, instead of feeling excited and happy about that, you're going to think, oh, well, Matt, how much of that do I have to pay in taxes? It's not even really 1.2 billion because I have to pay like 50% in taxes. It's only going to be like 900 million. Like, seriously? And then you're going to like think about, oh, well, if I buy that, what will people say about me? If anyone knows I have all this money, they're just all going to be asking me for money all the time. People are always going to want to go on vacation with us. Ugh. Oh, you see what I mean? Like, some of the best things in the world can happen to you, and then you're just going to think negative things about it. So there is no hope if you don't have hope. Got it? There's no hope for you if you don't have hope in you. There's no bright future waiting for you if you're not ready and waiting for it. You, with your mind, create your reality. And if everything's going to suck for you, then everything's going to suck for you. That's what you get to decide. Now, if you want everything to be awesome, simple. You decide that. Then you look for things that are already awesome. And you keep looking. It's not easy. I mean, it's a simple switch, but it's not like it's easy because you're changing your habits. You have to change every habit that's within your brain. It's not even habits that people can see, like a habit of unloading the dishwasher every night. That's a tangible, viewable habit, and you know whether you've hit it or not every single day. But creating new habits in your mind can be harder because it's harder to notice and to remember when you didn't meet that target. So I get it. Like, it's not easy, but it is simple. You can make these shifts. You're in charge of these shifts. I'm going to help you to make these shifts. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to identify your negative thinking and those negative cycles and the bad habits in your brain and the phrases that you specifically use when tearing yourself down, tearing your life down, tearing your loved ones down, tearing down strangers in your brain or whatever. Like, you could just be thinking negative thoughts about people. You could just always be a jerk in your brain thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's wearing that shirt with those pants. Like, it seems like it's very trivial, and like, why would it matter that you had that thought about what a stranger is wearing? But these are cycles, these are patterns in your brain. And when you're going to think that about a stranger, what are you thinking about yourself? What are you saying about you when you think a thought? If that makes sense. Okay. How do you talk to yourself when you make a mistake? Do you beat yourself up and say, wow, I'm stupid? What an idiot. Is that what you say? Or do you say, well, that's a learning experience. That's a lesson. Thank you for teaching me not to do that again. Thank you that didn't go worse than it did. Thank you that that's as bad as it's going to get. How do you talk to yourself also when you do something well, when you complete a task? Like, say you finally got around to folding your mountain of laundry. How do you talk to yourself about that? What's your first thought once you fold all that laundry? About dang time? Or do you say, yeah, I just did that. Cool. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. Wow, I completed a huge task. How do you think about that? Because you know what? You're responsible for your own dopamine drip. Did you know that? You get to decide how happy you're going to be about things. And there's some ways that you can hack this too. Like, here's one of my most favorite simple little hacks is celebrating when you complete a task. Okay? So if you have your to-do list, instead of crossing off what you finished, like scratching it out on the paper, scribbling it out, or just like putting a line through it or checking it, grab a highlighter in your favorite color and highlight what you've done. I am serious. That's going to just like increase dopamine flow as you complete your to-do list. And not only do that, but like do a happy dance. Force yourself to like do a touchdown dance or to celebrate whatever it is that like makes you super like If you're really excited, what is it that you want to do? Do that. Make yourself do that every time you complete a task, even a small one. Every time you realize that you've stopped yourself from having a negative thought, let the dopamine drip. Get excited. Do a happy dance. Smile to yourself, whatever. Like, pat yourself on the back. For real. Celebrate when good things happen. Celebrate when you do things right. Celebrate when you complete something you set out to complete. Also, we want to flip the script. Okay? When you identify the phrases or the thoughts that you have that are negative, if you have like a specific thought, my go-to is always that I had thoughts about not being enough for other people in my life, not being deserving of things, not being good enough at like anything. So if you're feeling like you're not enough, you flipped that script easily by saying, I am enough. I'm enough because ... I'm a child of God. I am chosen. I'm enough because I exist. You don't even have to back it up. Just I am enough. Take your negative thoughts and create a positive mantra for yourself. Something you can say every time that negative thought comes in. Think the opposite. Flip it. All right? Because you know that those negative thoughts are lies. So what's the truth? Okay, it might take some undoing. It might take a lot of journaling through that negative thought of wondering, where did this even come from? Why do I keep thinking this? In how many different ways do I keep thinking this thought? And then flip the script. How many new ways can I think about this? What is the truth about this? Even if I don't feel it's true, what do I know is true? Are my thoughts rational? Are my thoughts helpful? How can I edit my thinking to make myself happier? Okay? Now, once you have these mantras, the flipped scripts, you just have to pick 1, 2, maybe 3 tops. Don't go overboard. If you can pick like a blanket one that covers a lot of the types of negative thoughts you have, that's excellent. I want you to repeat it day and night, over and over again. Think about it as much as possible. Write it down. Write it on a Post-it note. Put it all over your house, your bathroom mirror, your coffee maker, the microwave, on your office desk. Put it in your wallet. Put it in your car. Just plaster it everywhere so that you see it all the time. Make it your phone wallpaper. All right? Put it everywhere. Listen to songs that have lyrics that align with this or that have a meaning behind it that align with what you want to be thinking about. Read books that support what you want to be thinking about yourself. Watch TV shows that support what you want to be thinking about yourself. If you realize that like you have body image issues and you're spending your time watching shows about modeling, like America's Next Top Model or something, that's probably not helpful for you. If you're spending your time reading magazines with skinny models on them or the tabloids that say that, so and so celebrity has gained 25 pounds, oh my gosh. Make sure that what you're reading and looking at and viewing and watching all aligns with how you want to think about yourself and your world. If it gives you negative thoughts, avoid it. I want you to take your positive thinking and meditate on it. Take that mantra and just sit and think about it in as many ways as you can. Think about it often. Journal about it. Journal, write it over and over again. Write about it. Write what feelings come up when you write it. Think about it. Immerse yourself in this new positive thought, because you know what? If you've been having negative thoughts, you've probably been pretty dang immersed in it, and you've probably surrounded yourself with things that support this negative thought, and that's why it's bothering you so much, and that's why it's like screwing with your life. So it's time to start living differently. Do the opposite of the things that make you feel like you suck. Okay? Think more different types of thoughts about this positive mantra you've decided for yourself. Talk about it. Talk about it with people, the people closest to you. Talk about it with your kids. Talk about it with your husband. Talk about it with your mom, with your sister, with your BFF. Just talk positivity. I hope this was helpful. I really do. I hope that you know that you're in control of your own mind and that you get to decide what thoughts stick. You get to decide what your life feels like. You get to decide, you get to decide it all. That's all up to you. It's your life. You have so much power over yourself. And when you choose to step into that power and the power of positive thinking, you can affect the lives of those around you. You get to decide to be happy, and you get to decide what the tone of your home is, and you get to decide how you want to lead your family, and you get to decide what your life is going to be. And it starts in your mind. I love you, friend. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of I Get To. It really does mean the world to me to have you here. But are you ready to take this a step farther? Check the description below this episode and grab the Happy Mom Mindset mini guide. It's totally free to you, and it's not just for moms, by the way. Then hop onto Instagram. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Share your screenshot, tag me, Britt Clarkson. And if any part of this has resonated with you, I so appreciate if you'd leave me a review and a rating on Apple Podcasts. It really is just the only way podcasts get seen. And then share this on social, text it to your bestie. You're part of a movement now. We're here to change the minds of moms everywhere. It doesn't have to be just this hard, hot mess thing anymore. We get to enjoy our lives, guys. Let's go.